Well, for the second time in the past few months, some women at UNM are on edge this morning.
Yeah, it's not because of someone accused of groping them. This time it is instead of possible date rape. A girl in a sorority says she was raped after a party at the Sigma Alpha Epsilon house last week. She told the university, then a worker at the Office of Greek Life sent out a warning to sorority advisors saying there had been one confirmed case of date rape and 3 more possible cases recently. The worker was worried about this and worried that there could be a serial attacker out there. As you can imagine, that put some people into a panic, but UNM says it was just a warning and not all the cases are confirmed.
When an incident gets reported, generally that's when conversations start, people relay, I think I heard this, I heard that.
The fraternity, Sigma Alpha Epsilon, is now on an emergency suspension. It's accused of breaking 6 of the university's rules, and it could get into a lot of trouble. The children's pastor, accused of having a lot of child porn, will not be getting out of jail anytime soon. Federal judge has ordered Derek Schwartzrock here to stay locked up until he goes to trial. It's after investigators say they found more than 12,000 explicit photos of kids on his home computer. Now, Schwartzrock was in charge of kids programs at the Evangel Christian Center for the past 4 years. He has been fired. The Albuquerque police have a very big question on their hands this morning.
Yes, could a man who is locked up in Los Angeles on murder charges be connected to killings here? They say it's possible. LA police say Samuel Little raped and killed 3 women back in the 80s, and they are worried Little could be connected to murders in Mississippi, Florida, and now possibly New Mexico. Little was arrested in Albuquerque on shoplifting charges in front of what used to be a Kmart on 2nd and Manal. This was back in 1992. Then 2 years later, he was arrested for shoplifting again in Hobbs. Well, now Albuquerque police and Bernalillo County Sheriff deputies will check their cold cases to see if Little could be involved in any killings here. Albuquerque police are on the hunt for a suspect who walked into a convenience store and robbed the place. Take a look as he walks into the Giant store on Coors near I-40 overnight Wednesday. Surveillance cameras get a good shot of his face just before police say he implied he had a weapon and took off with money from the register. Despite very clear pictures here, this armed robber is still on the loose, and police are now asking for your help to help track him down. Police say the guy sat inside the Blake's Lotta Burger on Central near Wantabo for at least a half hour last month before getting up and robbing the place. He had a gun at his waistband. Call police if you have any information.
A teenager in Rio Rancho is now facing some very grown-up charges, accused of stabbing a man this weekend. Officers arrested Roger Gutierrez yesterday, saying he stabbed a man in the chest after a party at a house on Schuyler Drive near Jessica. Gutierrez here is just 18 years old. Police say the man he's accused of stabbing is now in critical condition. A scary situation for a woman in Albuquerque. She says she was held hostage for 6 hours. The woman told police it happened at a home here on Summer Avenue near 15th Street Northwest overnight between Sunday and Monday. She says she gave someone a ride to the house, was told to wait inside of it while someone took off with her car. The woman says she was then held against her will for 6 hours, and 2 men threatened to kill her if she tried to get away. Police talk with those 2 men, and they say it was all just a big misunderstanding. They have not been arrested.
The feds will now be investigating a case involving a pair of violent home invasion suspects. They want to try to get Joel Meeks and Raul Ortega more time behind bars. Each face 75 counts stemming from 3 separate incidents in January. In one of those cases, Meeks is accused of leaving a victim to drown in a bathtub while being hogtied. His accused partner in crime, Raul Ortega, has now been charged with 2 counts that involve weapons, carjacking, and robbery by the U.S. Attorney's Office. Federal convictions, by the way, are usually carry more prison time than state convictions. State police continue to crack down on burglaries in the city, and it looks like it is working. According to police, last month they investigated 119 burglaries. That was a 2-year low. In March of the year before, they investigated 179 burglaries. Police say the numbers are encouraging and show that the department is actually making progress.
Today we could find out if Alamogordo's public safety department will split up. Right now, both police and fire departments are part of it. The Alamogordo Daily News says some of the city's leaders think if the 2 become separate departments, it could help the city do a better job keeping its officers. Well, hundreds of inmates at the MDC could be on their way to other jails soon to help deal with the overcrowding problem here.
That's right. MDC's population has hovered at just under 2,500 for the past several weeks. The jail has to reduce its population to adjust the more than 2,200 inmates it has, or face court action because of a 1995 lawsuit. Now, MDC is asking the county commission for up to $6 million to send hundreds of inmates to other jails in New Mexico and maybe even Texas. The county commission is also working on beefing up the community custody program.
That can take people out from behind the jail walls. People who are low risk, non-violent, could be monitored in the community instead of behind jail walls at a much lower cost.
Other options include building out the jail or renovating the old jail in downtown Albuquerque. The Heart Hospital of New Mexico is teaming up with Loveless Medical Center to make a donation that could save lives. They are writing a $15,000 check to the New Mexico State Police for new automated defibrillators. State police say they will hand out the new machines to police in rural areas where EMT wait times for heart attack victims can determine life or death.